When layering the sangria cake, we're going to use brandied peaches as a component. I love brandying fruit, and honey makes the ideal counterpoint to a fruit that you're using. It's delicate enough that it's going to enhance something as aromatic as a peach without overwhelming it. So I take honey, brandy, a little bit of lemon juice, and some water. I bring that to a boil, and then I pick whatever fruit is at the peak of its season. In this case, it's peaches. I've skinned them and quartered them, and then I fill a canning jar that's been sterilized with the peaches, top it off with the brandy solution and any spices that I might want to include. It's important that you hot process the jar at that point for about 25 minutes if you're going with a quart-sized container, and let it cool completely. Then you have something that's shelf stable, provided you are storing it out of sunlight. It's good for about a year, and it gives you something that's very versatile. Now we're going to make the lime curd that will be the filling in our sangria cake. I have some fresh squeezed lime juice, honey. I'm using orange blossom honey here to pick up on the citrus notes. Eggs. And lime zest. I'm leaving my room temperature butter until my curd has been cooked to 180 degrees or nappe. I'll mount that in at the end, and it'll round out the flavors. Although one can make curd using the direct method, scalding my lime juice with half of my honey and then whisking my eggs and my honey together in a separate vessel, tempering that mixture and returning it to the heat until it's cooked to 180 degrees, I prefer to use the indirect method, cooking it over a double boiler. This allows me to tend to other things that are going on in the bake shop while my curd is cooking. Every few minutes or so, I'll come back to my double boiler. I'll just give it a gentle whisk. I'm not interested in aerating this at all. I just want to make sure it isn't overcooking at the sides. My lime curd is nicely thickened. It's at 180 degrees or nappe. See, it's got quite a lot of body to it. I've shut off my heat, and I'm going to start mounting the butter. In fact, take it off the double boiler. To do that, I don't want it to get too hot, or the butter can break and make a greasy product. So I'll just whisk this butter in. My last step will be to strain this through a chinois. This will help remove any of the zest so that I have a nice, smooth consistency. If I'm using a curd to fill a larger cake, I will put some gelatin into it at this point while it's still hot. I don't want enough gelatin in there for it to be springy. I just want it to give a little additional structure. Again, I would only do this on a cake that was 12 or 14 inches. For a pint of curd, a sheet and a half of gelatin is enough to stabilize it. To find this and other great recipes, consult the website at www.bakingwithhoney.com. Once I've finished straining the curd, I'll put it on an ice bath and chill it thoroughly before using.